So this mission of command is an attempt by China to attack an American carrier strike group. Now, the scenario has the carrier strike group in a position just southwest of Taiwan here, and we also have China has or is going to attempt to first intercept its aircraft, fire on those aircraft, and then take out first locate and identify where the task force is. Now, one of the reasons they're going to fire on the aircraft is that will make it pretty clear where the task force is, because they are most likely going to fire on the attacking aircraft. And um, they'll do this by using two different weapons platforms here. Now, at the Huai'an Air Base here in Fujian Province, just not far from Luoyang here. I think Luoyang is in this area here. Um, at the airbase here, we have a variety of aircraft. So there's 78 aircraft here. J-16s mostly. We have, I believe, three, no, one, two, yeah, three squadrons of J-16s, different models. A 2016 model, I believe. This is the 2019 model. Basically, the J-16 is a copy of the Su-30. Uh, One of China's best fourth generation fighters they have now. They also have a locally or indigenously designed fighter called the J-10, which is this. It isn't as good as the J-16, as we will see, has inferior radar. Um, it's only capable of air intercept. It doesn't seem to have any ability for strike missions, where the J-16 is more of a multi-role fighter. So the J-16s that I have them. Uh, their loadouts are for air-to-air. That's the this particular loadout here. They have PL-15s. The PL-15 is China's probably long-range um, missile, is out to 100 and I believe 108 nautical miles, which is pretty long. I think the AMRAAM's only got to about 60. The AMRAAM-D, the AIM 120 AMRAAMs. In addition, I have some uh, loaded out for a strike mission on the carrier. There are two weapon platforms, or sorry, two weapon systems that we're going to use. One is the YJ-83. There is no photograph, I believe, here for this. Is there? Oh no, that's the J-15. Let's see. J-16. Sorry. Let's go back. Click on individual aircraft and find the weapon system here. Okay. Okay, no, there is one. Basically, it seems, at least from the performance, 100 nautical miles, it seems to be equivalent to a Harpoon anti-ship missile. Um, but they have a second, more modern weapon system that they're going to be deploying. Let's see if I can find that. This is just for cap. Let's see. How about this group here? Yes. Um, this group has the AKF 98As. Now, the AKF 98A, they don't have a picture of it there, but is similar to the JSOW, which is a joint standoff weapon system. See if I can get a picture of it. Let's see here. Well, we can get an idea. It's basically a kind of land attack and anti-ship um, air-launched cruise missile. Um, JSOW was a joint standoff weapon system, and it looks pretty similar to that. Yeah. Yeah, they look very similar in design. Um, if we go back and look at the Wikipedia entry for this particular weapon system, I think they compare it to the JASM, which is also similar to the JSOL, perhaps different in range. But in any case, this is a more modern one, and it has a range of 430 nautical miles. So basically, what they're going to do is they're going to take off and then they're going to launch their systems, launch their missiles or weapon systems from the airport. Just take off, launch, and then land. Now, of course, realistically speaking, China would have a bunch of land-based anti-shipping missiles that they could launch as well, including their ballistic missile. Their what was it called? Hypersonic anti-ship ballistic missile. Now, I'm not going to model that in this. This is just air strikes only. Um, on the American side, there are four, what, five ships, I believe? Four? Take a look. We have five ships. Only three of them are sorry, well, three of them are for protection. We have a Ticonderoga or Bunker Hill class um, with the Aegis radar system. We have two Arleigh Burke ships, also equipped with a version of the Aegis, but they're more strike capable with 56 Tomahawks each. So they have fewer air-to-air missiles than the Antietam here, than the Ticonderoga, uh, which have only a few Tomahawks, but they have a lot more air-to-air missiles, including the SM-6s, which are the anti-ballistic missile systems. And they have a bunch of SM2s, like more than 64, you know, SM2s as well. So this is really the protection, anti-air protection. I mean, there is some from the Arleigh Burkes. The Arleigh Burkes have some SM6s as well, not as few. Sorry, not as many, and a few shorter range. These RIM 162s are I don't remember. I think they're, yeah, about 30 nautical miles. So they have some protection, mostly self-defense, where the Ticonderoga can protect other ships nearby, um, and of course the carrier. And I have one other ship here, mostly just as a target, which is it's an oiler or a replenishment ship, which you would normally find, probably more than one actually, in a carrier task force. There would also be a submarine. However, since we're not doing any, there are no other ships in the region. The submarine will just say is off somewhere doing its own thing, looking for Chinese submarines and shipping, but there isn't any. There is some civilian shipping I did put in here and civilian aircraft, um, just to make it more difficult for China to find the carrier strike group, although it turns out to be pretty easy. I've done a few test runs, and generally they uh, they have no trouble spotting the carrier task force. Chinese will also be launching a variety of airborne early warning aircraft that have the capability of tracking both aircraft and surface vessels. So um, I'm going to go ahead and start it. I'm going to run it times 15 just to get everybody in the air, and we will see. Um, we'll slow it down once we get into the first air intercept. So here we go. I apologize if the game noise is really loud because it seems like it is whenever I play. So we'll see how it comes on the recording. So here we have the Chinese cap launching. You can see their radar range is pretty good. Just okay, that sound is the airborne early warning aircraft taking off. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there it is. It's the balance beam, the Y8, I believe. Yeah, Y8Ws. It has interesting. This is a very modern radar system where it only shows off to the sides. Uh, Apparently, the U.S. is also going to be implementing this kind of airborne early warning radar system. So, in some ways, China is ahead of the game. So, we're getting a lot of detections here. If we look, we have some aircraft flying left and right. This probably is an American aircraft, although it could be a civilian airliner. Um, once the radar gets closer, the radar has the ability of identifying uh, both airborne bogies and surface skunks. Skunks are the unidentified surface vessels. Now there are a few here. These are mostly fishing vessels and shipping. Let's see. Yeah, these are all shipping. It looks like. There are other ship. These. What are these? These are fishing vessels. Looks like there's a fleet of them heading off to the north. So um, there are probably other ships that are too small to be detected, but we'll see what happens. I'll go ahead and continue until we actually get a positive ID on the American cap, bar cap. Picking up a bunch more ships down here. Once the um, once the balance beam goes on station, we'll have better radar surveillance. Looks like we have a second patrol taking off for the bar cap. So we have that's probably civilian aircraft. So we do have this spy ship down here, which has the capability of detecting and identifying other ships, but I think it needs to get pretty close. This is a spy trawler, like it pretends to be a fishing boat, but it's actually spying. Ah, wait, we have something. Okay, so here we have identified something. We have identified two F-18 Hornets, and they came from this direction. So there's a good indication that these vessels here, I mean, we already know that, but there's a pretty good indication from the Chinese side that these vessels are the task force. But we will get closer and find out. We can go and switch to, let's see, let's switch to TAC view, and we can get a 3D uh, representation of what's going on here. Okay, so here we are approaching the fleet, or, oh, wait, where's he going? He's flying backwards. Okay, don't know what he's doing, but this is where the fleet is here. Gonna make this bigger. Um, let's see here. So basically, we're just flying around the target. Let's see. Let's okay. So this is a J-10, and so here, I believe here we have the F-18s. Now, what I'm going to do is probably not in the best position here to do this. I'm going to slow it down to ×5, and I'm going to mark these as being hostile, and that should start the fireworks. Okay, so everybody's firing. A lot of missiles coming in. We have a lot of missiles coming in from the ships down here. So we now know these are all hostile. Um, Looks like I lost a J-16 as well. A whole ton of missiles coming in. And it's likely that these planes will not survive. Looks like we destroyed both of the F-18s though. But now we're running from the we're hitting the deck, running from all these missiles in the air. All these missiles up here are coming down onto us. Um, Let's see if we can avoid these guys. Looks like we evaded a
Three
couple.
tactical. Booking
Yeah,
2-1, negative radar contact. Procedural control only. Maintain all separation.
gets hard for them because I think they lose their radar lock from the ships once we hit the deck here. There's a ton of missiles in the air here. Um, this guy is also doing the same. He's got several missiles on him, also coming from the ship, it looks like, from the carrier strike force, probably the Ticonderoga. I think he's going to get away. So he's going back up, but he's getting shot at again. Now, if he can avoid dying, this is actually a good thing because basically what this means is that the ships are using all their missiles, and so they will have fewer missiles to defend against the attack that's going to be coming up pretty soon. I just lost another I lost my airborne early warning aircraft. Okay. So mm, and a J-16. Now we're going to lose some aircraft. That's pretty much guaranteed here. We'll come back to that in a minute. So the problem we have now is we've lost the airborne early warning. We've lost a firm contact on these ships. I think we can still attempt a mission though. So what I'm going to do here is create a new strike mission in the mission editor here, call it carrier strike. Strike including air intercept is fine. I'm going to make it a naval anti-surface warfare strike. I'm going to make it inactive because I'm going to have it take about 30 minutes. So it's currently 4:54. So 30 minutes would be at 5:24. Is that right? Yeah, 5:24. So make it 5 and 20. Oh, that's 34. 24. And this basically just represents that it will take time to do the briefing. The planes are already armed for the particular mission, but they need to be fueled and the pilots need to be briefed, and that could take about 30 minutes or so. And then they will activate the mission and they will start launching, and then they will attempt a strike. Now, what I need to do is assign the aircraft. Let's see here. We have these are J-16s, and where are my J-16s? We got J-10s, J-10s. Here we go. Okay, these are all good. Let's add these. Oh, well, let me also let me change the mission setting so that it's 2 aircraft per flight. That'll make it easier. Let's see. 2 more. Okay. These are all air superiority. Let's see. J-16s. Do we have any more? Looks like that's all of them. Yep. Everything else has been assigned, it looks like. So we have 20 J-16s. Yeah, the J-10 don't seem to be capable of launching any ship missiles. Maybe they're just too small. I do have some J-20s as well, and they're going to be assigned to the cap. But they don't. They also don't seem to have the capability of doing a strike mission. The J-20s, it seemed that they're like a one-trick pony. They were built for the specific purpose of taking out AWACS aircraft, uh, like the uh, like the E3s. and the Hawkeyes. I'm not doing that specifically because, as it turns out, everything's so tightly compact together down there that the Hawkeyes probably won't survive um, as more and more of these cat patrols go out. Okay, I think that's it for the. Yeah, we just have 20 aircraft for the strike mission. Now, targets. Yes. All right. So we have 5 targets, 20 aircraft. I believe they carry 2 missiles each. We can check that out. If we look at the airport and we look at the aircraft, um, these they carry 4 each of the AFK 98s, and the other ones, the anti-ship missiles, are no, not here. Let's see where the other. Apologize for this. Oh, it's because these are no, these are on a mission. Where are the other ones? J20s. Oh, here. These guys are. They carry 2. I'm sorry. They carry, yeah, 2 of the YJ83s. Okay, so um, it's going to take 30 minutes for that, so I'm going ahead and going to keep it running here. I think I'll speed it up a bit, 15 times 15, until they get airborne. We should get another airborne early warning aircraft up as well. Yeah, there's one just took off. Still getting a lot of anti-aircraft missiles coming up here. Surface-to-air missiles coming from the carrier strike force down here. Probably SM-6s because the SM-6s can go pretty far, which means that's fewer to launch in our strike group. Okay, what is this? Oh, these are surface-to-air missiles coming from our SAM sites located here. One thing I didn't mention is we have 2. We have an S400 and an S300. Um, this is a mobile site. This is a fixed site here. The reason I position them here is if we take a look at the, if we turn off the Sentinel map and we take a look at the topographical map here, we can see there are mountains here or large hills. And that's going to limit this SAM site's capability as we have very low flying cruise missiles coming up through here. But this one should be pretty effective. This is a pretty cool map setting. You get to see a lot of detail like power lines, um, the the rail systems, the roads, windmills. Yeah, it's cool. But for playing the game, I so when I make the scenarios, I like to use this, and I do this, by the way, just using the editor. I don't have any scripts set. I'm not at all familiar with Lua programming, although I may look into that in the future and actually add scripts to this kind of thing. But this is just a test. I wanted to see how effective one airfield, it's only one airfield, would be against attacking a carrier strike group. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the satellite Sentinel-2 satellite map. Just makes it look a little better. Okay, so we're waiting for the time, which I believe is 5:20. We have about 20 more minutes, and then the strike group will take off and attempt to hit the carrier. Yeah, these are just surface-to-air missiles attempting to take out the like this. This is a Super Hornet here. No, we lost contact of these ships. Oh, but we just regained contact. Okay, good. Picking up more. They're probably gonna take out my airborne early warning aircraft. You can see we lose contact as we turn away from them. But I'll turn TAC view on later once our strike group gets into the air. Um, another 20 minutes or another 10 minutes before we take off, I believe. Oh, and I lost a J-10.
Push tactical. Buster 2-1. Negative radar contact. Procedural control only.
Um,
Maintain own separation.
that's probably a cap replacements. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of J-16s to these uh, surface to air missiles. And more surface to air missiles coming in. But again, that means there's going to be fewer missiles to strike the strike group or attack the strike group with. So it is expensive, but if we can take out a carrier, then I think it's worth the cost of losing, a few cadet pilots and a few J-16s and J-10s. Yep, more SAMs. We should be taking off soon for the strike. Looks like I screwed up somehow in the strike mission.
Push tactical.
Yeah, no. Here we can see.
Negative radar contact.
Yeah, we can see the strike has been
Control
planned.
only. Maintain own
We have
separation.
the mission editor has
Push
made
tactical. Buster
plot
2-1.
lines and
Negative radar
waypoints,
contact.
launch
Procedural control
locations,
only.
location where they will
Maintain
dive
own
to the deck.
separation.
All these things are here. So
Push
hopefully,
tactical.
once
Buster
we get enough
2-1.
planes in the air,
Negative radar
we will
contact.
launch the
Procedural
actual
control
mission.
only. Maintain own separation.
And it'll be a few minutes when that happens. When that does, I'll turn on TAC view. They're grouping up now. That's another SAM. Now, this seemed to work pretty well when I did this in my test runs, but I remember some of these will actually just launch from up here. They'll just launch them directly. Well, the specifically anti-ship missiles will they'll have to get pretty close. Was it the AKFs will launch from way up here. So it looks like we have a group coming down now. Go ahead and let's select this guy here and take a look at the TAC view. Okay, so here we go. We have a very large group. Looks like we've starting to launch our AKF-98s as we approach. We're at 36,000 feet, 450 knots. But behind here, we're actually already launching our AKFs. Where the YJ-83s have to get closer. But so far, nothing's coming out to intercept us. Probably because there aren't any more aircraft on cap for the Americans. Oh, no, there are some aircraft here. Never mind. We do have some aircraft. Looks like we've launched SAMs, though, to take on those aircraft from our two SAM sites. Yeah, it looks like it's caused some of the aircraft to turn around and evade. Oh, and I lost the J-16. Let's see if we can get to the launch site. Oh, yeah, looks like we've made it to the launch site. We're also at 200 feet right now. missiles in the air. A civilian ship there. We're getting some SAM launches from the fleet as well. So this is missile, yeah. So we've got some missile launches here. I think these are SAMs. Yeah, these are SAMs that we launched. Okay. What's this? So these are the. Oh, we lost another J-16. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down to say 5 times. Actually, I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna switch to the American side and see what they can see as they try to shoot down these missiles coming in. So let's see, switch to edit, switch to USA. Okay, so here we can see there's a bunch of vampires coming in. Oh, these guided weapons these might not be vampires just yet. Usually it would say vampire, but let's take a look, see if as they can attempt to shoot down. It sounds like they're firing a phalanx. Oh, maybe that's this plane using its gun, trying to shoot down something. Okay, so here we're. Can try attack view with this as well. So you can see we're launching missiles. Yeah, attack view doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Okay, we've destroyed that wave. Doesn't look like anything got through. We detected this. The Americans have detected this trawler as well. There are more missiles coming though. We just can't see them. Oh, the Hawkeye is up in the air though. It's not tracking any missiles. Was that all of the missiles? That's hard to believe. I think some were coming in this direction as well. Let's switch over to the Chinese side, take a look. No, these are surface-to-air missiles. Yeah, we have more missiles coming in. Okay, switch over to the US side. Here we go. They just can't see them because of the horizon, radar horizon. I don't know why the Hawkeye is not able to see them. Maybe they're just too small. We're detecting them because of their active radar, maybe. Oh, we've lost them. Oh, oh maybe those were surface-to-air missiles. Oh, here we have vampires. Oh, we're not detecting them until they come really close. Seems that perhaps these were a bit off on their course. Maybe because I didn't have a good fix when I launched the mission. Interesting. I think that's everything. Oh no, we have more coming in. But these could be SAMs. It just says guided weapons. We don't know what these are. I think these are SAMs. Yeah. Is that everything? Let's take a look. Switch to China side. looks like everything. No, we have AKFs coming in still. Okay. Well, the AKFs are more superior to the YJ-83s, so let's speed it up until the AKFs get within range. Looks like they're not going to hit the carrier though, although this one might. They're going for these Arleigh Burkes. We've lost contact with this one though. Okay, switch to 5 times. Go back to the American side. Let's see if they detect them. They haven't detected them yet. I wonder if the yeah. Oh, here we go. About yeah, about 25 nautical miles, about the horizon. Oh, we're launching a Sidewinder at 1. Interesting from our cap. Here's one, the group that's flying past the Ticonderoga. Miss. Uh-oh. Oh, the carrier is launching. He's not on the carrier. He's going after the. Oh, so this one's going after the Arleigh Burke here. These are Sam's. Looks like we got them all. I should say the Americans got them all. And back to China. We'll just take a look to confirm, but it looks like there's no other mission. So that failed. We didn't even hit one ship. Um, and that shows you that attacking an actual carrier strike force is it's a pretty hard nut to crack. Um, so what are some options? Well, of course, China could attack or would probably attack from more than one airbase. They would have to overwhelm the American air defense and its cap. Now, the American cap was actually pretty light. I believe the Americans still had a lot of planes that weren't assigned to the mission at the because they weren't really prepared to do so. Um, Only 20 aircraft is not enough. Probably need twice that. Um, and also using land-based ballistic missile systems like the hypersonic anti-ship missiles that they have would probably be more realistic here. But it does show you that these carrier task force are pretty robust. I mean, it's pretty hard to get missiles, at least subsonic missiles, in past them. Um, the best way, though, is to just fire more missiles than they have, surface-to-air missiles, in which case they will get saturated. They will no longer be able to defend except for their close-in weapon systems like their phalanx and what is it called, the rolling frame uh, missiles that they have that are replacing the phalanx systems. So yeah. Anyway, maybe that hopefully that'll give you some insight. There's probably going to be a part 2 to this video now that this has actually survived. I am going to do a counterstrike against the airfield and the surface-to-air missile sites that are up there from this group here. But that will be for another video. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.